Hi everyone!
Hello, I'm Rick,
And this is Fulya.
and today we're going to take a look in the studio behind the scenes, what I do to create the music for you guys. And in this case, we have an old track, like a lot of my music, and we're gonna make it sound better. No, she's
Oomph,
a
oomph, 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 oomph. Oomfer.
brighter, clearer, everything basically up
Fresh.
to a modern level. Some of these tracks have been made almost 10 years ago. I believe this one is in 2017, though, a little less old. 16, maybe? I'm not sure, actually. And anyway, we're going to take a look. She's interested. That's why she's joining us today. You guys are interested. And what I'm basically going to explain is what I did to make this song, or in general terms, why, and very easily we're going to take a look at some ways to make it sound very professional, very good, without having to do too much. Um, I tended to get stuck in the process of overcomplicating, and let's not do that, shall we? So, let's dive into what we have here. Currently, we see what's called the channel rack. This is where all my sounds are in, and some of them are red, which means I don't have them anymore. Used to be from sample packs and a Zebra synthesizer. I've currently not installed, but we'll figure something out for that one. Um, we're also going to take a little look at the playlist. The whole song has already been constructed, as you guys can see, but we're missing some things. So, for example, this little red tiny bar, it used to have what probably was a symbol, and we can go on like this, but we'll fill out those later. So first up, what do we actually have here? This is a chill track. It's called Tori Santori, and let's just take a little listen. Don't think it's actually getting the signal right. We'll fix that now. Let's see. I figured out they can't hear us when your music is on.
Oh,
I
yes.
set it up that way.
Richie.
All right, all right. That's it's all pretty good actually, but it's dry. The volumes could be a little bit more arranged, and definitely I am missing all the percussion or most of it. So what we're gonna just do is simplify this, and we can do this for every mix down, even when you're making a new track. In this case, we're gonna go to the mixer and we're gonna shut everything off all the way to lowest volume, and just build it up layer by layer, just as I would anyway with creating a song from the start. Um,
We wouldn't have any of these to mix to at the beginning, yes.
yes. So what we're gonna have in this case is a kick, and you can see originally this kick was what's called there was sidechain to this. I'll explain a little later what that does, but you can see they're all kind of wired and connected to these, meaning this one will affect those channels, have some kind of thing happening when the kick is played. Now the kick itself, I kind of just replaced it because the program it was made in before, there was an old version. It just gives you an error when loading it. But let's see where it is. Pattern 4. Now we have kick here. Let's play it.
No, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's loud. It's big.
Yes, it is.
Smooth. So let's open up kick here. Now this is what you see when you just load it in. Very chill program. And basically you have a waveform. This is what the kick looks like if you could see it. And if I pull these things, I'm manipulating the sound. Now, underneath you see length. This is how long the kick is. So the short length is long and hard style or something. So I already know I'm going to make this a little shorter. I don't need that much of a kick. This gives me room for the bass, the sounds, anything else we don't want to be interfering with. And
baseline kick.
Yes,
Baseline kick. Yeah.
Yes, well, you have the kick and then you have a bass line. In this case, for this kind of music, maybe for something like a hardcore. Actually, no, they also separated. By hard techno, I sometimes just make a big kick and then. What does it sound like now? Already a lot shorter. I'm gonna make it a little deeper by doing this. Yes, and what you should not forget is this song is made in a certain note, tone ladder. In this case, it's D, A, or F. It's the same ladder. And then I have to tweak my kick so that it is actually harmonized. It's the same tone ladder, not detuned or dissonant. So F. Just gonna make this sound a little higher, and then A should be fine. This is distortion, but this is a filter. I'm gonna make it a little deeper. Low pass, meaning everything on the low end will be passed, high end not. So the sharpness of the kick will become a little less. Doesn't work.
No.
Nope. Now, let's not get too much into the kick. This is just a basic sound, and once we can hear the rest, we can always adjust. So what I do in the mixer here, don't make it too loud. A little bit could be well, but -6, -3 decibels, so that when you go and master, which is the finishing product, you have what's called headroom. So your ability to increase the volume for some sounds or adjust it without it hitting that limit of how loud things could get. So we're gonna just 6 is fine. You can always adjust. Could be -15, it'll still work, but it's easier. I don't have to put the volume so high now.
And also, I guess it's less crispier when it's not pushing that limit to the ceiling.
Yes, well, when it hits that limit, that ceiling, it's going to be, let's say you're going to hit the ceiling, everything that not sticks is going to be pushed back.
Yes.
So imagine a kick comes in like this, but the previous one, the signals still go down. Now there's interfering. This can make it seem like it's distorting or...
Yes, distorting sound, yes.
Eventually definitely. That sounds very harsh. A lot of people have this in modern music, sadly. So, kick is fine. Let's go snare. Snare. Where do we have the snare right now? I think it's pattern 4. And you know what? I'm just going to name them while we're working on it. Right click, name, kick. And red is fine. There we go. Now we can recognize the kick. I'll do the same for this one. It's a variation, a clone. Basically, I kind of just copy the initial kick pattern and make variations. And as you can see now, kick, 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 kick. Oh, and there's another variation here. Don't forget. Let's call it kick 3 actually. So otherwise, we don't know which one is which. There we go. I have to finish this. Kick 4. All right, perfectionist. All right, so let's go on. Let's get to the snare, which is not loaded in because I don't have it anymore. So let's go to browser and check out a nice little snappy snare. The original had a short.
Yes. What was number 8?
This with I could layer it.
Okay. This one is more thick sound.
Thick sounds, yes. Well, I would like to have it both a little bit, so it has a what's called a body, but it's also snappy. But I don't, as well with the kick, I don't want it to be like big, because this song is like
yes,
sweet little.
Yes.
Yeah? So already in the meantime, while saying all of this, I double clicked on this one on the sound, and at volume you can adjust the envelopment or development of the snare. In this case, attack is all the way low, so it starts from the beginning. We don't need to hold it that much and sustain it, and we don't need that much release. We just want it to be short. So as you can see, I just did that by pulling them all down. And let's see how that sounds.
Coffee?
Yeah, lekker. It just went to 4. It's off at 4. I'm gonna switch it to 2. This one as well. Yeah, these are all not loading because these were old versions of the mixing stuff I had. Now for this case, I'm going to get my preset loaded, and I'll tell you what I did. Kick in this case first. We have very easy EQ. Around 85 to 110 is the punch. I want to have that little solid out of there. I don't need that much of the sub. Separate sub for it, and the crispiness on the right side. So this sounds better already, probably. The other program, Stereo Tools, super chill. I basically use this to send a signal. This is the kick, either to being smaller, mid, wider, or even wider into my stereo field. So
in the room,
yes. Like, do I hear it in the middle, or it sounds wide and nice and airy and roomy? You can do that with this. And I actually just use presets. I go to presets, mid. Now, if I turn this off, the kick sounds like this. When I turn the mixing on, it's here. Snare, I'm gonna, again, a little preset, and I'll tell you what I did there. And as you can see, it barely anything, right? And this will be the basis for most of these sounds. So I removed everything on the left here. I don't need anything low end. I don't need subs from a snare. I just want the snappy.
Chop, chop, chop.
And depending on the actual snare, I adjust this a little bit, but this is here how it sounds. First, the other thing, reverb, give it a little bit of roominess, not too much in general. Like, space is small, not much of the mix is affected, so there's only a little bit of the signal that gets reverb, making it roomy. Reverbs off of walls normally, and we're simulating this. And stereo tools, thank you. Yeah, again, it's about putting it in the stereo field or not, mid. Effective, clear, powerful. Maybe like what Fulya just said, I can clone it in this one and then have it both working together. Also need to make it short again. I don't want that one far out. And one last thing, remember we have a little high pitch, a little bit more energy. Energy is on the high end side of your song frequencies, so pitch up a little bit. Okay. Done. This is good. Next one. What we have is, you know what? I'm just gonna open up this mixer channel, see what happens if anything plays. sub, which is this one. Alchemy, by the way, this program is not used anymore. This is a very old version I had. I think it was because of it being sold out to Apple, not being available to Windows anymore. So this version is what was left of the past, and sadly you cannot buy it for Windows or get it.
But for iOS users,
yes, Alchemy.
money.
It's integrated in Logic nowadays or something. I'm not sure. This is not working. This is not the kick. The sub must be this one though. So right now it's not really a sub because the high end is still in there. Basically, when you make a sub or any bass line, the sound looks like a wave. It's a sinus wave. And when a sinus is made, you can hear it across all frequencies. So it's like a peep. But if you take away the peep, you have left in the sub.
You can do that?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're just going to filter it in such a way that we just have the deep side.
The vibration of that bass.
Yes. Yeah. Now again, I load the preset, stereo tools. We're just going to put this to mid. Sometimes mono, mono bass. Literally because you just need mono. In this case, I'm going to use a little bit of the high-end frequency as well. Not too much. I'll show you what I mean. These ones, the compressor, Kickstart, I actually don't use Kickstart anymore. It's just been in the preset. Limiter only when sidechaining, which I won't explain now because I'm not going to use it yet. EQ, again, just very simple. And I actually put this up. Now, if I play this with the filters on, meaning you don't hear any of this part here on the right where it's all put to the low, you will hear, wait, a little louder.
Yes.
How does it sound together? Exactly. Now you have the kick and a snare. So we're building up a skeleton, right? And if this is not solid, the rest of your mix is going to suck because you're building on a weak foundation. Now, I had a lot of problem making that. What?
Makes sense because it's like construction.
Yes.
You are constructing something.
Yes. So you're compensating for the weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had a lot of trouble getting the kicks and the snares out clearly. And that was just an issue of equalizing well. So, like I've done with the sounds now, take away the high end, low end, etc. So that it has room in the space. The speaker can only push away so much air on each level, and if it's also doing that because the sound is playing and actually you don't need that part of the sound, like a high screech, like beep, 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 beep. You don't need on the background. You might not even hear it, but those frequencies are being pushed out. So that means it is interfering with the actual air frequencies, the waves coming out.
Oh, so that it loses clarity.
Yes, it can interfere with another sound, which you actually just want to be in that range. So then all of a sudden, my kick was being overlapped by a lot of other frequencies, and it started sounding muffled. Right? Because it's like you're putting over sand, and you're just like, oh, I can't really see it that well anymore. It sticks out, but same goes for the snare. And actually, a lot of it is also being fixed by the volumes, your dynamic range, the difference between volumes, between sounds. Kick is hard, high, high volume. Percussion could be. Yes. So. Next. Done.
Done.
Let's get those other sounds out.
Yeah.
Okay, so which one is this? This it should be. Oh, sometimes my clickability is not so fine.
Not in YouTube, actually.
We have some pretty good clicks on YouTube. I don't think this is actually the. Oh, this one is the sound. Okay, and before going on, quick renaming. Snare 1, other color suggestion, and snare 2. Ooh, pretty. The end, everything is going to be nice colors. So, next one. Let's call it synth. So, but now we're just going to put them all mid, so centered, both come out, and I'm going to use that. Thankfully, I did it like this. To use both of the serums here, which create that sound.
I love trying to make them sound with my mouth. It doesn't work all the time, but I still love it.
Yes. Mouth sounds. So, very simple sinus here. What I told you, waveform, you can actually see it. There you go. So anyway, I tend to separate my sounds now. So meaning one part of the sound will just be mixed down for the middle, the body, which is the more deeper end of the sound. And I'll use one for the higher end, so a bit wider, a bit brighter, and I'll show you how I do that. And for the rest of it, like I just made, the separate sub. So because it tends to change volume relative to the note. Let's say a G is louder than a E. Now, stuff like this is more expressed with a sub, where all of a sudden your whole room is shaking, rather than it changing so much in sounds, other synthesizers. So that's why I like to separate as well. Anyway, going to 10 here, there's nothing really working on it. I send it to channel 10, and I'm going to go to mid, which is what I just told the mid, and meaning if I open the equalizer here, it is pronounced here in this part from about 100 to 1500 hertz, maybe even 3000 or something. I want the separate part on the right area to, it's still there, I don't want it to fall away, but we're going to pronounce it with the other sound later. Accentuate it, yes. So do you know what we're going to do now?
Well, yes, I'm following you still.
Okay, good. Just testing. If she isn't following, you might not also be following. Although you guys can rewind. So, limiter off, not using that right now. No side chaining. No, when the kick comes in, the other sound is getting less loud. That's side chaining, for example. I do want some reverb. It sounded very flat, not roomy. So I just randomly go for something Hall, for example. Don't need like, but want some space around it. And 20% of the signal is going to get reverb. So how does this sound now? We just did equalizing, reverb, and again stereo tools. In this case, again mid. All right, without it, way less strong.
I don't know if that differentiates there on the speaker, but it's
definitely. We're recording live from the sound. Let's just see how it sounds before we do anything else. What I just noticed when I was listening was the sub, it's there, but it's not really being that nice little body in which that comes through. So what I just did, and I have what's called a Fruity Band compressor, is this takes part of that waveform of the bass, it makes it, compresses it together, and then condenses it, yes, so a little bit more energy in a, let's say, smaller area,
Yes.
and literally I'm raising the volume again so it becomes more powerful and almost the same volume. For us, that sounds like there's more bass. If I don't do it this way and I just raise the volume, then you hit that ceiling again very quickly of how loud things can get, and you don't.
Yeah. Then you get the crispy again.
Maybe
or-
yes, or everything becomes flat because it's all pushed to the ceiling and nothing. There's no distinction anymore between sounds. Everything is just as loud, almost relatively, so you get a very flat mix. So I only put it halfway. Don't need that much of a signal. I don't want it to be like. Sound is not too energetic, so we're going to split that up. It has a nice body to it, right? You can hear kind of the depth of it. I'm just gonna quickly close some of the windows to clean it up. I'm gonna go back to channel rack. Here we are. Now one is off. These are the same sound, and what I'm gonna do now is just gonna send it to a new mixer track, wherein I'm going to get that high end out, that crispiness out. So to do that, same programs really. Again, stereo tools, but in this case, we're going to send it to being a little wider. Because you have that middle. Now I want those sides to be nice and crispy. Well, the bass is
like a sandwich.
Yes, we're layering.
Yes, we are. Okay. It's the bun. The bun is coming now.
The bun is coming.
The bun.
Now we're sprinkling over the sauce like this. So what do we see? We're gonna put this a little higher. We don't need this here because that's being compensated by the other sound. I don't want it to be completely gone. Sounds kind of empty. And reverb, in this case, it can be a little bit more actually.
Yeah, for these ones, I'm completely French out of them. Like, I
These
hear
programs.
you. Yes.
Yes.
You like.
I know, and we will go in depth into this stuff in
later.
Other tutorials.
Yes,
but
please.
If we want to go into all of this, we're gonna have a video that's hours long.
Yeah, wow.
But for those who understand, guys, good luck. You don't need to make it too complex if you were. You just need clear sound design. So make a sound for what you need it. Don't push it, and then just layer it up as you go. So I just, like I said, I make a sound, kind of has everything. This is literally just a sinus wave. I clone it, and then those layerings, they're gonna manipulate each other. This is what you do in a program itself anyway. You create an oscillator, a frequency, another oscillation, and you manipulate each other, and then it starts sounding differently. It's like two waveforms clashing. So to go on with this, I put it up meaning the high-end sound is this one. And what I just did with the compressor was I went to bright. Without it, it's just a little bit more volume. It's barely hearable.
You still hear it.
Like, okay, what is this? Now I'm gonna have to copy it everywhere. Just gonna go through all the parts I've made. Let's see. What is this? Because I believe for now, good. Next sound. Let's go next sound. First name the last one so we know we've done it all. Lead, main, lead, synth 2. Variation of the yellow. Yellow. Right. So next one was, what was this? 18 I saw? What does 18 sound like? Oh, there we go. I'm just gonna isolate them. I don't need to make it actually very difficult for me. I'm just going to send this to 10 because that's how I want the mix to be in one sound, part of the sound, and then mix it to 20. And if I want volume differences, I can just do it here.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yes.
Easy. Boom. Next sound. There we go, boys. There we go. And girls. 13. What is 13? Open up 13.
Oh, the best one.
Preset sound. What is it called? Floating guitars. It's a guitar. What?
In a program is not used anymore.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
not
it's
available.
Most relaxing bit of the song, I
Yes.
think.
Yes. For this, I'm gonna choose a separate mix because this is just the main sound, X Factor sound, I believe. Actually, you know what? 20 is fine. 10 is the mid, and then I can use this last layer added. Kind of the same mix actually as the high end, but a little less
High end.
here because we already have the body of the other sound as well. The deeper, like the this is gonna interfere otherwise.
Let me hear it. Can
This-
I hear it?
So I just basically what I do with this, because I told you I'm going to explain a little bit how I make the music. So in this case, I made the main lead first, main synth. So what I do is just like now I'm gonna, let's say, choose a sound, and I'll just find some chords. And I repeat. So in this case, what I do is I take some chords, and this is my main start, well, layer of the rest of the song's gonna sound like. When I have those chords, I can say, oh, I have a little variation, a little thingy there, a little thingy there. Maybe use another sound for it, and then layer up from this bass is a melody. Now in this case, what we had was a. Catchy. So like that's catchy. Let's make another variation of it. Let's copy it. What do we do? Oh,
Name it.
probably like I'm not sure. But there you go. From this basic synth being being the one you just heard. Here I create variation. In this case it was like variation 2. I was walking over my glasses. Synth 1, and then actually synth 2. But it's just a slight variation at the end. So this repeats, and then I'm like, what about literally a kick, a snare, and a bass? So if you look at this from left to right, it is how I construct a song. But I don't do it like I'm gonna put them down and then arrange them. No, I do it where I create everything in like one pattern, but in the same sequence. Yes, chords, kick, snare, whatever, or kick, snare, and then chords. and then we'll kind of get the vibe going, and I'll layer up piece by piece by piece. Once I have the whole, I know, okay, this is where we're going to go to. Now the only thing I have to do is put it out, pull it out. From complex back to simple. But now I have everything. I don't have to worry about it sounding like one song or anything, or if the end result is going to be any good, right?
And also, this way is what you have, how you have done the song in 2017 or 16 when you first did it anyway.
Still using the same method.
Yeah.
And you see, and of course I've been making music since a very long time. It's like 17 years. This was made in 3 hours, 48 minutes. With us talking in here now for 36 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's because I have already what I was gonna make in one go at the start, and it's just copy paste after, mostly separating, copy and pasting. Of course, it sounds easier than actually doing the process, but having this in the back of your mind will save you a lot of issues going on during like the song itself.
Mm-hmm.
So what we had was this so far. So far, so good, huh?
Sounds thick. And wet and ready.
Thick, wet, and ready, yes. Let's create another mid for this one. And a separate high end. Maybe put it with this one. Playlist. What do we have with this added?
That's him trying to make the sound.
We had the bass line already. This was the bass line. And then what was this? 17. Apparently, I thought that needed to be separate. Let's follow the advice of the young Rick and make it separate. I don't know why. Again, simple, nothing special here. I don't want too much at the high end necessarily. Why? Because we already have a lot. Don't limit this. I want to know why. It's only necessary if I wanted to respond to the kick. But the kick comes clean. There, it comes through clean. No clue what this is used for. What I do know is just a background thing, so I don't need to pronounce it too much. Zebra, don't ask me what this is, but we're gonna just replace it with another synth. Let's just take serum, because I don't know what it's gonna sound like, and see what this was supposed to be with melody line. Maybe I can remember. Sorry, people.
Oof.
Is this anywhere anyway? 32. Can we find pattern 32, honey?
Oh, come on. There. This one. These ones. No.
Nope. Nope. Where are the
Wow.
32?
34. I found 34 there.
I think 34 is actually used. Seeing as I'm not sounding like it's missing anything. This could have been for me just trying out endurance on some kind of.
Can that be these? No.
No,
right?
those are percussions.
Okay.
She was pointing out as these. You know what? Just leave it for now. No need to push it if it's not even visible. What I'm just gonna do is now quickly go to the last. We're almost there, actually. I think I still have some. Yes, that's it. Yes. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, once we are gone through everything. Oh, this is the last one. That's what I'm looking for because I saw they were left and right panned, so not centered. And what is 15? What is 15, honey?
I have no clue. The angelic sound of Santori.
Yeah, they don't hear you now.
They do.
No. Oh, yes, they do. That could have also been a song.
It's obvious.
Didn't happen though.
Hasn't happened.
Hasn't.
yet.
Well, yeah. Okay, so now I'm just gonna quickly just push in a bunch of percussion where I think it was supposed to have been. Because who knows what VE008 is B. So these are probably crashes. Put a crash in. I can also kind of see it because it will probably go to a mixer channel 12 being crash. Here you go. Self-explanatory. Crashes, what I do, I carry kind of a delay with this one. You can keep tempo sync. This is usually fine. Level, so it's a little less loud when it comes through. The delay, the reverb, what comes after it. Crash. Who knows if it's good? Who might know? What is this?
I think these were the claps, no?
No, it says crash at the. Why is it not? You can actually hear it, but you can't see it. There you can. And I'm also going to make it a little less loud. It's very loud. So the delay changes. Listen. Oh. Working arm, studio arm. What is this actually? Oh, this is so vital.
Yeah.
It's gonna change the game, guys. It's gonna change the game.
Yeah.
That sounds so much like it, right?
Yes,
You can hear it in there.
Do we still have the old version of this song?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, at the end, we'll put it over and we'll just compare instantly. How about that? Yeah, we do a quick little.
Okay.
It was a little higher, I think.
It has this metallic effect at the end.
Oh, look at this. We have to push it to the start. Oh, that is why you were just a little bit there. It doesn't sound quite well yet. Did you said the metallic little?
They all sound like snares or synthesizers.
Oh wait, I can do it like this. It's because of the pitching.
Still have that. It was more thick, like pop pop. I don't know how to say it.
Like this maybe?
Kind of.
Sounds good. It just needs to be a little bit shorter.
Okay.
Attack, hold, close, shorter. What do we got?
Well,
what do we
short.
have? Come on, beat it. No, a little bit more. Maybe a little bit less. Ho. Censorship, not for kids.
It's your own channel, honey. It's your
nice,
own channel.
nice. Yeah.
I would still want to hear less metallic, more pop 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 kind of. Was that a clap before? No, this is also metallic.
What is?
You don't hear him?
None of them are going to be an actual clap, like an actual.
Oh, what? Wait. Okay, you're right.
Now what we're missing is a bunch of percussion. This, which is just a, I think a hi-hat.
Hi-hat. Yeah, you made a mistake leaving your coffee on my side. Mixer, yeah.
We're gonna preset it with the percussion nowadays. Again, guys, just same stuff. Equalizing, a little bit of reverb, not too much. This is just a preset. And stereo tools, what, mid? There we go. A little better.
It's good.
It's,
What happened?
my mind hears the version I've been hearing for 5 years, you know.
Yes, I know that I'm looking for something.
But this
bigger.
is more like it. Yes, that's why I was messing with my mind as well.
Yes.
Like, little Rick made mistakes. Young Rick made mistakes. He wasn't accurate. He wasn't precise. No, we will correct this.
Shame on him.
Shame on him.
Shame on him.
Shame. How could he dare he? And this was released even. Oh, apparently they didn't have ears. Okay.
Well, they accepted the artist as it is.
Okay, we all good? Everybody in the world happy with this?
I am.
Good. She counts, so none of you can say
for all of
anything.
you.
No. Then what we have here is minimal loops. Oh, this is just a random loop I used once. So let's do that again. Top loops. It was minimal though, so we don't need that much, do we?
And also the place it takes is not as big as the other, so it just gives like maybe one sound.
Longer. No, it was longer. It's a loop, so from here to here.
Oh.
But it's like a little percussion stuff. So like
yeah.
This one, I will do at first. This I love this percussion. It was a shaker, I remember, and that means a shaker is going to be found.
Elephant memory.
Shaker.
Ah, this one, yes.
No, it's just not that loud. Here it is. Solo. A little bit less.
28 was maybe shorter, yes.
pitch is all up. That's why it was. Missing is something.
It's like a lot of things.
Let's get the original song in, shall we?
Yeah.
To see.
So we turned this into this.
Well, yes, from this to that. Now, you guys won't see, but I'm now scrolling into the big database of music production, skins, and then this was released by CLLV Recordings. So we're gonna go here. Nope, we're gonna go Bexy's, Peter Muziekverlag, and then here it is.
Yeah.
Dragging it into the song. Let's just take a little look how it was. It was a high. This high end. This one. It will open. Oh. Oopsie. That's cheating, huh? Isn't it? Also, this is makes it a little bit more human. These are volumes, so if you're shaking your shaker, you're not doing that just as loud every time. A little bit more movement. Movement. Then also, I think what it was is the kick in the original was a little deeper. So we're gonna go to the kick, and which is not here. It's the kick 2, and then this lower. See how it sounds?
Yeah.
Better, yes. And then the last thing that was in here, what is this? There's no kick here. Is there an original? That's what I was missing.
What was that?
Clap.
Something is missing there, but I don't know what that is. Lost the spirit in there, the old version. I guess also was a little. There's one single sound was too.
Which is, I guess, this.
Single, just one hit. It's more. It feels like more details now is left. Like you've done the big part.
Yes. Well, yes, true actually. What else? So let's just listen, and maybe by all will be done. Oh, they're missing here something. Because I mean, some of these things we don't really need as much.
Actually, if you go to the original song, you will hear what that
yes.
is. That is something else. Feels like.
Nothing. Now, what I also noticed, the sub here, you can see when I play it, it's not all the way filled, so meaning empty. So, you don't hear it, it's not being produced. So I'm gonna fix that really easy. Go into the sub, clone, hopefully real easy. Then copy, paste, and then put this lower, one note lower, so it goes lower in frequency, and it should hopefully fix the sound. And now, so what I'll then do is replace this with serum. This is, I think, the last thing we have to do.
Okay. Sub,
sine, and then just make it. Listen to this one. Sorry, guys. There we go. That's a sub. And now you can hear and feel and see. Hopefully. Oh, it's actually. Let's see. Brain fart me. Oh, what is louder now is also because.
Did you hear that? Yeah. I don't know which one.
Which one do you louder?
So.
Same clap.
Yes.
They're all the same clap. Well, at least.
Because it does.
Yeah, that's because there's look this is this,
Yes.
and you have
Puffer.
oh that's why I think. I forgot to copy paste it everywhere.
Mm.
Going through everything real quick. Yeah, oh, what's this? This is baselines. Okay, this is the session. Let's see. Let's play it from the beginning.
Yeah.
And if it's good, One shots. Perfect.
Perfect.
All right. Well, one of the old song then, and then we're done for today.
Yeah. Some sounds are better.
Yes. Also, the bells are.
Yes, yeah. Oh.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Hope this was informative. I hope you liked the song, and I hope you
Enjoy this.
Enjoy this. The rest of
Well,
what's
we enjoyed
coming.
it while making it, and
we'll be making more, and not just videos like this, like improving existing tracks, but just making new stuff, explaining more in depth sound design, sounds, whatever you want as well. You can leave a comment. And,
also I'd like to add session recording. So comments,
help us improve.
Let's help each.
Yes. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. and we'll be waiting for the next session as well. And I hope you guys are. Enjoy, take a look at the channel, what has been made, and maybe you will find this track there as well. It's Skins Santori.